Our next honoree is Thirst Project.
Hey everyone, I'm Dylan O'Brien.
And I'm Kaya Scodelario.
I'm Olivia Munn.
I'm Booba Stewart.
It's me, Nat Wolf. And we want to tell you about an organization that we love called the Thirst Project.
Safe, clean water is the basis for all life, and not everyone has access to it.
Almost 1 billion people on our planet do not have access to safe, clean drinking water.
Every 21 seconds, a child dies from a waterborne illness. Diarrhea kills more kids every day than AIDS, malaria, and all world violence combined.
The good news is, one well can change all that.
The Thirst Project is the world's leading youth water activism organization.
We are a movement of students on a mission to end the global water crisis.
$25 gives one person clean water for the rest of their lives.
100% of all public donations go directly to building wells.
Now I know what you're probably thinking, but Lamont, what can I do to help?
Get inspired. Get involved.
Take us to your school and go to thirstproject.org for more information.
Awesome. I'm honored to ask Seth Maxwell to come to the stage here. I love Seth.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. It's super honoring to be here today. So my name's Seth. I'm 30. I lead the Thirst Project. And the reason I'm here is that right now 663 million people in our world just don't have access to basic, safe, clean drinking water. And it's not just a big number. What it practically means is that in developing communities around the world, typically women or kids will walk from their homesteads to whatever standing water sources are available. So it's often rivers or swamps or ponds. But drinking from these open, unprotected sources causes people to get really easily preventable waterborne diseases. So things like diarrhea or dysentery actually kill more kids every year than AIDS and malaria combined. The impact is on health and education because walking for hours each day to get water means kids can't go to school or get an education simply because of the thousands of hours wasted each year just hauling water, or women can't get jobs for the same reasons. So we build freshwater wells, pit latrines, hand washing stations in developing countries to give people clean water, which isn't super unique. There are lots of great water organizations, but what is that while we're definitely not the oldest, we're certainly the largest youth water organization in the world. And what I mean is that we lead a movement of about 360,000 high school students every year. Starts with a tour. Right now, there are 4 teams of 2 speakers each who are on any given day traveling across the country, speaking at sometimes 4 to 8, 9, 10 schools a day. This year, the tour will go to well over 500 to 600 campuses, well over 100,000 students that'll learn about the water crisis. But most importantly, they in turn do fundraisers. So they'll do walks or dances or video game tournaments, all to raise awareness and funds to build water projects in real communities around the world who need it most. And we commit to those students to give 100% of all the money that students and public donors raised directly to build water projects. So all of our operating expenses are funded by a private group of donors that's led by our board. And so since we started 10 years ago as a group of students, we've raised well over $10 million for water projects, 100% of which has been used to build water projects in 13 countries, giving safe, clean water to well over 350,000 people. And so I learned about the water crisis when I was 19, and I couldn't not do something about it. And I know that I'm biased, but I believe that it is the single most pressing humanitarian crisis we face as a global community because it impacts every single other subsequent philanthropic initiative you care about. If you care about education, you can't build a school or outfit it with teachers if kids are walking 8 hours each day to get water. If you care about hunger, you can't bring agricultural development to communities and try to build food security initiatives if you don't first have water. And so I believe we will see the end of this, not just in our lifetimes. When we started a decade ago, it used to be that 1.1 billion people didn't have safe water. Today, it's 663 million. So in just a decade, yeah, While the global population has risen, the number of people without safe water has been cut in half. So it's not just a bunch of teenagers or young people's idealism. We will see the end of this. And the online community has been incredible. I mean, we obviously are a movement of very real students, but it's been amazing to see how just in the last 4 or 5 years, there have been over 15 creators ranging from Connor Franta to Andrea Russett to Craig Thompson and the Ace family who've done fundraisers. And just the online community from those initiatives have raised almost $1 million for water projects with us. us. And so as I close, obviously thank you guys so much for recognizing us, but I want to leave you with one thought, which is that I believe that the single most important scientific and medical discovery of our lifetime wasn't the discovery of the Higgs boson or any other fascinating things like that. I believe the most important scientific and medical discovery of our lifetime was the sequencing of the human genome, which revealed to us that everything that makes us different, from your height to the color of your skin to the color of your eyes and your hair, is all determined by less than 0.5% of your genes. So whether you are struggling to find safe water or for survival in a refugee camp in another country, or whether you are a movie star or an influencer in Los Angeles, 99.5% of your genes are exactly the same. And yet, we spend 99.5% of our time focused on the 0.5% that makes us different, when we really should focus on what makes us the same. And so, thank you guys so much for having us. Super honored to be amongst you, and love you guys.